Hello, hello. How are you today? I am here to share spiritual law number classic. I think it's number 4. Let's revisit, shall we? Yes. Law number 4 in the book by Deepak Chopra, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. So again, this series has been super fun to me. Talk about an example of our law for today. But it's to illustrate how a personal painting practice can provide for you the experience of these spiritual laws, or any teaching, truth, you reap what you sow, like any of those things. And today we're in spiritual law number 4, which you guys are going to love. The spiritual law number 4 is the law of least effort. The law of least effort. I address this a lot when I am coaching my Creatively Fit coaches in the training that I provide, because once they go through the training, we use a process to remember the message that they want to share with the world, the conversation they want to be having. And the best conversation, the best focus for their coaching business is always what lights them up the most, what they love to do about the process, because then it becomes effortless. The opposite is trying to figure out how to make money, how to attract clients, blah, 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 instead of just sharing what you love and then allowing that energy to attract the people that love what you love, and then you all get to play together, right? So taking you through this book and this series of videos has been a blast for me. It came out of nowhere, and it has been so much fun. Like, I have so thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's a perfect example of the law of least effort. So I want to share, like I've been doing, share an excerpt from the chapter and then share a painting that exemplifies this, or will give you an idea of how you can experience this at the canvas. So this is the excerpt, 2 paragraphs. You can think of your physical body as a device for controlling energy. It can generate, store, and expend energy. If you know how to generate, store, and expend energy in an efficient way, then you can create any amount of wealth. Attention to the ego consumes the greatest amount of energy. I love that. Attention to the ego consumes the greatest amount of energy. Again, the ego is not bad. It's just that for most of us, or the way we're raised, it consumes all of the energy. And that's not what is intended. When your internal reference point is the ego, when you seek power and control over other people, or seek approval from others, you spend energy in a wasteful way. When that energy is freed up, it can be rechanneled and used to create anything that you want. When your internal reference point is your spirit, when you are immune to criticism, I mean, I know I'm not there yet, but I know I'm a lot more immune than I used to be, right? Because I was a big people pleaser. When you are immune to criticism and unfearful of any challenge, you can harness the power of love and use energy creatively for the experience of affluence and evolution. How does it get any better than that? Okay, so at the canvas, you can go to the canvas and intend to paint a painting with the least amount of effort. And that's going to be different for everybody, right? The way I teach painting is to first put down, just get rid of the blank canvas, right? If you look at, I keep showing this painting, but if you look at this like up close, you can all do that, right? It's just marks and layer and layer and layer. And to expend the law of least effort, you cover the blank canvas with colors and stencils and paper until you receive the inspiration, until you see something in the canvas or you get inspired to paint something. You just get it. You're not trying to figure it out. You're not going to the canvas to paint something, which can dance a little bit on the ego side. You're just there to paint. You're there to create for the sheer love of creating without worrying about what it's going to look like, or if someone else is going to like it, or if it's going to be postable on Facebook worthy, right? So I want to share with you a painting that that is my absolute favorite, most magical painting. Look at her. Oh, it's kind of the wrong side, isn't it? I gotta go over here. Okay. So the reason I'm picking her is because everybody loves this painting. Everybody sees this painting and no one's like, I don't know if Whitney can paint, right? Okay. Here's the thing about this painting. I don't feel like I painted it. This painting started, you see the early layers. Sorry, it's so funny being like dyslexic when you're on the early layers where I had all these squares of fabric and paper. And I painted them onto the canvas with black acrylic paint. And just enough to use the black paint as glue. So there was black showing through, a little black over the papers, and gold leaf. And it sat like that for a long time, you guys. And I had the image of this yellow Lakshmi, yellow Tara, an aspect of Lakshmi, abundance and prosperity. I had a image printed out for a long time, and I knew I was going to paint her on this canvas, but it was literally leaning against my wall for months, and I was using it as examples for first layers. And then one day, literally, this is how it happened. I'm like in my kitchen / studio at my old house, and like without even thinking, I just picked up this painting, took down the inspiration, the image of her off my little magnet board, got out the paints, and just started painting. There was never even a decision to paint. And her face, you guys, this nose, those eyes, those lips, look at those lips. That all happened like, it felt like in 5 brush strokes. Like it happened so quickly. I was like, holy moly, like clearly you were meant to come through today. So that's why it felt like I wasn't painting her. Like she emerged from the canvas so effortlessly that I just reveled in the ease and grace. And that's, I will never sell her, right? Like maybe for $2 million, maybe. If you have $2 million and you want to buy her, let me know. But other than that, like it was pure creativity. So that is the law of least effort. What is it that you love so much that it wouldn't even be an effort to do? As you paint, can you detach from the desire, the need to be good? Even to learn technique. There's nothing wrong with learning technique, right? But go to the canvas without any concern about technique, without any concern of what it's going to be at the end, just because you love color, or you love paint, or you love, you know, the color green, you know, or the day is just inspiring you. Like just go to express yourself in color at the canvas and just paint and paint and paint until, if there is a subject that's meant to get painted onto that canvas, whether it's an owl or a Quetzalcoatl or a mandala or a sacred geometry, it will let you know. And then it will appear from within the canvas. This is David talking about carving Michelangelo talking about carving David, sculpting David, that he was just releasing David from the stone. There was no effort. There was a surrender to the creative process and a love of the process. So whether that's loving being a parent or a spouse, loving being an accountant or a lawyer, like loving whatever you do is going to be the law of least effort. And when you love what you do, even love what you cook dinner, like you attract more of that. So the law of least effort, that can sound like, okay, maybe if you lived in a rural village in India, you know, or something where it takes a village and you're not in this Western capitalist system. But even no matter what it is you're doing, or if you're wanting to create some change, the best place to focus your energy and attention is on the things you love and that light you up, that have created the greatest reward for you, and share that with the world, and you will be provided for. So the law of least effort, go to the canvas and just play with color. And if you've painted for 3 hours and you're like, I don't know what to paint, just keep playing with colors until you know. Don't force it. This is receiving, not forcing. This is opening to rather than controlling. This is not about you. It's about creating what is in alignment with your heart. That is the law of least effort. Mwah. Love you so much. Go paint and integrate this teaching. It settles into your bones and it ripples out into the rest of your life when you experience it, not just read it, talk about it, hear it. Okay? Deal? Have you guys been painting? Show me.